Hey, what's happening, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was. I definitely enjoyed watching it. It was so close, I felt it.
Yeah.
In today's video, we're gonna talk about and discuss an email that I received. So I get emails all the time, directly to my email, Facebook, DMs on Instagram.
What's your email?
RaikenProfit@gmail.com.
Okay.
It's classy. If you guys have questions, hit me up, make a video. But I got a question from a guy who, he was selling books for I think a little over 2.5 years. And he actually was able to quit his job.
Nice.
And I think he was out in like Wisconsin or something. But anyways, he was hitting me up because
You
he's
even
like—
said it like one of them.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
He's like, I'm stuck. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. He's going to thrift stores, he's going to garage sales. I think he does a little Facebook marketplace. And I believe his sales were around $10,000 a month,
Okay.
which is pretty good, but he was spending a lot for his books and he was working like 60, 70 hours a week going psycho. And he's like, I want to continue to grow, but I don't have any more time. He's a one-man show right now. He's doing everything on his own. He works out of his house. He doesn't have a warehouse, doesn't have employees. He was asking me, what's the next step that I should take? Should I hire people? Should I get a warehouse? Should I completely change my model? Should I get into different scalable models, consignment, or should I start my own bookstore? And it was like 6 paragraphs. Mm-hmm. And I've been thinking about it because I want to give him a good response. So maybe we could just answer it in the form of this video.
Yeah, so first of all, I would tell him to go check out that video we just shot. And anyone that's interested in getting free inventory, because you just said that was his #1 cost, finding ways to get free inventory rather than paying for inventory. But I actually wouldn't suggest he change anything if it's truly working. So if he's doing $10,000 a month, paying for inventory, he's paying his bills.
Yeah, but he's working like 70 hours a week.
Still,
that's not a business, or is it?
You created a job for yourself, and you're the boss of your job, and you're a terrible.
That's a trap we don't think about.
Yeah, you trapped yourself, but you have freedom because you can work when you want, but now you're working all the time. So if it works, you have to find the parts of the business that work. You know, you go out and you find books, you find 100, 200, how many are you finding? Okay, get someone else to do that. How hard is it to replace yourself and remove your ego from it, guys. It's not that hard to go do what you do when you go to thrift stores, live, whatever you do, like wherever you get your books from, you can easily have someone else do that. So you establish the relationship, have someone else go on your part and get the inventories. That's step #1. One of my mentors, Caleb Roth, which you guys shot a lot of videos. You guys should go check out all those videos. I'm actually gonna rewatch all those videos too. He tells me, you have to go out and find the books and then have a funnel, have a way to process them. So I'm sure this guy already has a way to process them. He's obviously listing them on Amazon. He's obviously repricing. He's selling inventory.
He's actually, he mentioned that he's listing everything on Amazon. He's not using any third-party software.
He could fine tune that. I know guys that do 60,000.
And he's using Amazon Seller app as well.
I know guys that are doing 60K a month, which I don't condone this, but they're listing on Seller Central. You know, and they're not even, I'm gonna get the shade here.
Yeah.
Lights in my face. But they're not even using AccelerList or any of these fancy softwares, which I don't think that's good. They could speed up their workflow like crazy, but it's working for them. So as long as you find something that works, it's not super important that you maximize or minimize the time done. What's important is you can have someone else do it and remove yourself from it, and they're not calling you every second for questions. So whatever works for you, he obviously has his business. He could fine tune some things, but find someone to replace him, going out and finding the books. And then I would actually recommend doing this first. And probably a lot of my ego's involved with finding books. I think I'm the best book finder ever. But in reality, like, people are in Nashville scouting for me now, and they're doing probably 80% of the job that I did. You know, they're not doing as good as me because I'm so driven. No one's ever gonna work in your business as hard as you. You can't expect that out of someone. You know, you got the warehouse thing going on. Like, I'm sure you have high expectations of your guy, and I'm sure if you were in there, you'd do a better job than he did, right? Or he would you say?
At this point, he's probably doing a better job than I am.
Fair enough.
He's a killer.
Okay.
But not everyone's built like that.
When it comes to scouting, I feel like I could do a better job than anyone. That's my ego talking.
I'm not passionate about listing things on eBay though.
That's where when my listers come in, I think they actually do a better job than me because they're more detail oriented. So
I think I could find items better.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you got to focus on your strengths. Like, you're doing the things that are most important to you and that you can do in your business right now. So find your strengths. I don't think many people like listing. Hopefully my listeners aren't
Let
watching
us
this
know
video.
down below if you love listing, and we'll be sure to block you. I'm just kidding.
Some people really enjoy it. I mean, Caleb, he still lists a lot himself. He said it's like therapeutic to him because you get to see all the profit. He's super analytical, so he's like typing in the prices and stuff. But I delegated that part of my business because I just don't enjoy it. I felt like I was wasting time. So 2 parts. Find the books, get the books coming to you, and then have a way to have a funnel process. And Caleb always uses the coffee analogy. So like the coffee grind, it doesn't matter where you get the coffee. If you can stomp on the beans and you can pour hot water on them and there's coffee on your floor now. You just made coffee. So it's not the best coffee, but just get it done. Don't freak out. That's why like you're talking about how silly it is to list via Seller Central, which I think it's silly too. But if it's working, don't attach so much, don't be a perfectionist. If it works, get someone to do it, take a step back, and then maybe in the future you can change some stuff up. But delegate, guys. Delegate something. And if you guys are scared, if you guys I don't have the money to do it, hire a virtual assistant. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
have
for
them
sure.
do little things for you.
100%. The prerequisite to all of this, like none of this is going to be possible unless you take a step back. And Romer mentioned that before. You've got to take a step back. How do you take a step back? You just get away from it all. You say, you want to know what? The next couple days or half the day I'm going to take off, and all I'm going to do is think. I'm going to brainstorm. I'm going to write things down. Ask yourself questions. That's how you figure out what the next step is. You ask yourself questions. What could I do to remove myself from this business an extra 5 hours a week without sacrificing the income? What could I do to put myself in a better position to scale? How can I become more efficient when I'm listing? How can I get books coming to me?
Yeah.
You just start writing all these things down. And the thing is, the first or second or even 15th idea might suck.
Yeah. And so many of resellers, they're just stuck on being a one-man army. And that's where efficiency comes into play. It's like they want to find the most efficient way because they know in their blood that it's so important to, that their time's so important because they only have their time. So they're like, oh, like that was me. Go back and watch the video 5 months ago, 10x listing method. How can I list as fast as I can and like really get these books out? Because I only have so much time in a day. But when I have someone else listing for me, I just freed up every single week. Now that's 20 hours now. Like we've already listed 3,000 books this month. And
Jeez, how many of those have you listed yourself?
0.
Wow.
0.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That should be another video just talking about that because I'm very interested.
Yeah. So all I did was I found a system that worked, and I have a video on my channel. I'm going to give a plug here, but it just walks you through Excel list. I'm sure you have some too.
Yeah, check it out.
And so I came up with a way to list books, and I taught people how to do it, and now I removed myself from that. So what's an extra $100, $200 a week starting out? If you alleviate inventory costs, it's what you're spending on inventory anyway. If you can find ways to get free books, now take that money and put it to work. And really what you're doing is you're freeing up your time because now you have 8 to 20 hours to go find more books.
Yeah. So hopefully this answers your question and kind of gives you maybe some psychology and some tips and some ideas for how to move forward. This business or any business in general, it's never going to be cookie cutter. What does that mean? There's not a one shape fits all. There's not a one solution. It really depends upon your goals, where you're looking to go, and what you want to achieve. Some people just want to make a couple $100 a month. They want to work for themselves. They want to go to thrift stores. Like, that's fine. But if you've got that desire, like this young man who had messaged me and he wants to grow and he wants more time and he wants to build a real business instead of just living day by day in his own little job that he's created, then take into consideration some of these ideas and go check out Romer's channel on YouTube, Romer the Romer. Your 10X method, that's a free guide that you
Free
have,
book,
a video course actually. I'll put links to that down below. And hopefully you guys found value in this. Don't give up, don't quit. You can make this happen, whether it's a couple $100, a couple $1,000, or even like him, up to 70,000. I think last month you profited almost 13, 14,000.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. And he didn't list a single item. So with that being said, keep on picking and making the money, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.